Today I want to talk to you about the subject of, if not now, when? It seems to me that so often we get in our own way. We find reasons to not move in the direction that we truly want to go. We are bound by fear, by story, that holds us back from truly living our dreams. And unfortunately, the way in which we've been brought up in the world doesn't teach us these principles. What it does is it tells us how we're meant to be, how we're meant to act. It's, an education to behave the way that we're shown according to schooling, according to the society in which we live, according to what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And what that's doing is shaping us to believe that this is the way we're meant to be. But is it? It takes such courage to break out of what we've been told is right. It takes such courage to follow your truth, to live your dream. And for us to be able to embody courage, well, for most, because of what happens each time we step out of our comfort zone and we step into the unknown. And what's in the unknown often is uncertainty. And what is in uncertainty for so many is fear. Then we're constantly fearing that which is what we're here to do, which is to fulfill our dream. And the fear is not only from within, but it's supported by the external constraints. It's supported by, if you don't fit this box, then you're not going to be accepted. And one of the most deep human needs is to feel a sense of belonging. So because of so many, framing that has been set up, and if you can see what I'm doing here, I'm setting up that is a box, and it's a box that we've been put in. It's time to break out of those constraints in that box. It's time to feel that fear and do it anyway. It's time to realize that that fear is a manufactured fear. It's what we've been told that holds us back. But what's to say that what we've been told is truth? Is it not possible that whilst we're in one experience, that at the same time there could be multiple variations to that story at play? It's what we create in the story that we tell ourselves, that we've been told, which we're just repeating, that creates that reality. How often do we hold ourselves back based on something that we've been told here that is to fit the box? It's time to break out of the box. It's time for us to courageously follow our truth, to stop worrying what people think. Easier said than done. The fear that plays in that moment of stepping into the truth of what we believe is again something that we've been indoctrinated and told, we must fit this box, and if we break out of that box, then we're not going to be accepted, we're not going to be embraced. But if you were to ask me, where is it that people come to life is where they're expressing what is true for them, where they're not trying to fit the norm and not trying to be liked and not trying to have a sense of belonging. But of course, we've been told that that's the model, so we follow the model. So I would say that to step into greatness, which is you know, the master of yourself, the master of your destiny, the master of your creation, is to step out of that box. And if not now, when? What can you do today, the next day, the day after that, to deliberately start to shape the life that you desire? What is it that you are doing that is in that box that no longer serves you? What if every day you were to look at one thing and start to shift that one thing? Imagine if you chose one thing that you're going to work on every single day for a year. Do you think that if you were deciding to break out of the box, to live and follow your dream, and you did one thing each day, that life in a year would look very different? You betcha. Now, I don't believe that if you are following this path, that you do it in one area and not the other. You do it in all areas, because we are not separate. We are not one person in our relationship, one person in our business, one person in our friendships. Who we are is all parts. So why would we be different in different areas of our lives? That's what living authentic is being your whole self, owning all parts and expressing from that place of deep truth and authenticity. And it's one of the sexiest traits that you will experience in people. So again, I encourage you to break out of the box. And if not now, when? Start today with one thing that you are intending to break out of, to bring in a new way of being. And I trust that you find inspiration in these words and you make the choice, because at the end of today, another day presents, and that next day is an opportunity to do it differently. That next day is a fresh start where you can decide how the story goes. And moment by moment we're choosing. Moment by moment we're creating. Put that steering wheel in the destination that you want to go. Put that gear into 5th gear and go. Because there's nothing holding you back except you. These are your words of encouragement, and I look forward to hearing how you're traveling on your new path to the destination that you seek.